Welcome back to the surgical canvas. In today's video, we will be discussing reading man flap. Reading man flap is an unequal jet plasty. Here, the limbs are of unequal size, contrary to what we have seen in the rhomboid flaps. Here, there is one quadrangular flap raised at angle 60 degree. The second will be a triangular flap raised at angle 45 degree, and the central axis will be of diameter 1.5 times the diameter of the defect. Conventional rhomboid flaps recruit tissue from one direction only, but this unequal jet plasty, this reading man flap, recruits tissue from two different vectors. This leads to better tension distribution, less wound edge stress, less distortion of the surrounding tissue, and improved contour. So let's draw this flap. We have taken example of a sacral bedsore. First we will mark the boundaries of the lesion. We will do adequate debridement and see that the wound bed is healthy for the flap. So we have measured the diameter as A. We will draw tangential line for the central axis. The length of this limb will be 1.5 times the diameter. We will then raise our quadrangular flap at an angle of 60 degree. This will be marked F1 flap. Then we will raise our second triangular flap at an angle of 45 degrees. This will be our F1 flap and this will be our F2 flap. Now we will raise our flap. This quadrangular flap will move and cover the defect site. The raw area created by this movement of F1 flap will be occupied by this F2 flap. The final outcome will appear as this. This will be F1 flap, this will be F2 flap. This reading man flap can be used at many sites. For example, let's take the example a lesion on the back. Here we will mark the circle and we will remove the lesion. Now we will mark the flap. The central axis will be marked 1.5 times the diameter of the defect. Our first flap will be raised at 60 degree, F1 flap, quadrangular flap. The second triangular flap will be raised at angle 45 degree, F2 flap. The F1 flap will be raised and moved to cover the defect. The raw area created by F1 defect will be moved and covered by F2 defect. The final stitch line appear like this. This is F1 flap. This is F2 flap. Thank you.